Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. Celine Driver, back to you today with another unboxing and review. Obviously, I have a Boldr watch here today. This is not my watch. This watch is a Random Rob tour watch that has seen fit to make it down here to my home. If you're not familiar with Random Rob, that is the owner of the Random Rob YouTube channel, the Random Rob Patreon group, and the Random Rob Discord server. And there's even a Facebook page out there. He is a 30,000 plus subscriber channel. Fantastic channel for watch information and reviews of straps, reviews of accessories, winders, and just good, clean fun. Also runs a thing called Sunday Fun Day, which is a watch selling extravaganza where he, out of the goodness of his heart, connects buyers and sellers through him. He has sold, I'd say easily a dozen or more of my watches for me. It's and I have a 100% success rate with him, so I thank him for that. But he has a Patreon group, and for a nominal fee you can join. And if you are a member of the Patreon group, you do have the opportunity to do tour watches. I think this is like my fifth or sixth tour. So this watch comes to me. I get to play with it for a few days. I get to review it. I get a little content for my channel, and everybody's happy. And then, of course, reluctantly, in all cases, I send the watch off to somebody else. So, I love this Boldr box. I mean, the outer box is a shipping quality box. It even has the measurements for you if you want them, but I wouldn't ruin this box by slapping a label on it. And I love this little thing on the inside. Tips for the perfect unboxing. Record, share, and it even gives you places to share to and enjoy. And isn't that the purpose of watch collecting, is to enjoy? Inside the outer box, we have the inner box. This feels like a 3D plastic printed box. It has that look. It has that feel. It even tells you where the open end is. Very nice. It has that feeling. I've held 3D printed stuff in my hands before. This looks and feels like that. But inside the box, we have, ta-da! Well, in addition to a little bit of paperwork, we have a Boldr Odyssey in bronze. Fantastic looking watch, really is. I've heard of Boldr before, of course. They are a very well-known micro brand. I've heard great things about them. I've heard people rave about them, but I've never actually been able to get one until today. And I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with the quality of the work. It's keeping great time. I've had it for a couple of days. I haven't had to adjust it since I got it in, set it, wound it, and just kept it wound and wore it and forgot about it. Big. Well, everything about this watch is big. I mean, the crown is big. The sign crown, of course. The faceting is big. The watch is big. It has a great heft to it. The artwork on the back is very bold. Never seen anything quite like it before. You can see the information that is inscribed on the back. You know, the depth rating of 500 meters is big. You know, helium escape valve, signifies big. I love the faceting on the side of the case. You know what it reminds me of? If you've ever seen a picture of an F-117 stealth fighter, the faceting here on the sides reminds me of the fastening of that airplane around its cockpit. Very big angles, very sharp creases. It's meant to scatter radar signal so that it reduces the radar footprint, if you will. And that reminds me of these shapes. The way they come together reminds me of that. Excellent bezel action, very smooth, sounds good, no slop. Once it sets in, there's no kickback at all. It's got great knurling, so I imagine that with gloves on or with wet hands, it's still going to be very easy to grip. Matching mini version of that knurling on the crown. This is a very easy crown to work. It unscrews. It's a triple, as you can see, triple lock crown. And it unscrews with a very satisfying pop. You can feel it. You can hear it. First position is for setting the date at the 6 o'clock. Second position is, of course, for setting. And, of course, the movement is hackable. And when you screw it back in, it has a very satisfying re-engagement with the threads. 2 turns and it's locked down and very solid feeling. And you can tell when it's closed because you can't see the threads anymore. There's no doubt that this is fully seated. Full loom with the loomed pip. The other pips on the bezel are all bronze, marked with 15, 30, and 45 at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. So, they're thinking of everything. The one thing that is confusing to me, until I remembered, it's a bronze watch, is it's a dive watch on a leather strap. So obviously, if you're going to dive with this watch, pardon me, you're going to have to change the strap. A canvas strap, a NATO, or maybe still could put a bracelet on it. I think what would pair nicely with this, and if I ever owned this watch, I would pair this with a mesh bracelet in black. I think a black mesh bracelet would look fantastic with the green and the bronze. You couldn't put a stainless one on there. That would look a little weird. I mean, you can see, obviously it's a stainless case back because you don't want bronze against your skin, but you can see the bronze and stainless don't match. But, this is against your wrist. Nobody sees it. So I think a black mesh bracelet on here would look fantastic. It really do. And I really, really like this watch. I'm going to put it on for you. I love, you've seen, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you've seen my collection. You know I love me a chunky watch. And this one fits that description perfectly. This is a big, substantial watch. There's no doubt about you're wearing a watch. You can feel it. And on my 7¼ inch wrist, it fits very nicely. Now, you're not going to fit this under a sleeve cuff very easily, but still, it really, really wears nicely. I wore this all day yesterday and a big part of the day before. And it's not, you're wearing a watch, but it's not unpleasant. It doesn't tire you out. I even love the buckle. Nice big buckle, signed, of course. All bronze. Beautiful watch. Anyway, I have my Sheet O facts here. This is, as I said, this is the Boldr Odyssey, the bronze Serpentine, they call it. I looked it up on their website, and they have a lot of different colorways of this watch, the Odyssey. And I will leave a link in the description to Boldr's website. Snapshot in time in early June 2020, this watch is selling for $649 US. It is not a shrinking violet of a watch. It is 45.5. And I've got all these measurements off of Boldr's website. 45.5 millimeters in diameter. It is 16 millimeters thick. Definitely not the thickest watch I ever put on, but it's, I'd say, top top 10. Now, as you know from my previous videos, I certainly have thicker watches than this in my collection. 22 millimeter lug width, so definitely easily could accommodate a variety of different straps, bracelets, NATOs. 52 millimeter lug to lug, so it's a broad watch. Wide and tall and proud. It uses the Seiko NH35 movement, so it's a tank-tough, well-documented, well-established movement. You're not going to have any trouble with it, and if by chance you do, any Seiko watch repair place in the world could fix it. 500-meter water resistance with a helium escape valve. Of course, the helium escape valve is there because if you deep dive and there's a buildup of helium pressure in the watch as you surface, the escape valve will bleed the pressure off internally so you don't blow the crystal out or blow the seals. It's a 120 click bezel. The bezel is bronze, just like the watch. It has an aluminum insert, and it has a nice matte finish to go with the textured matte dial. You can see the texturing right there. It has sort of a sand look to it. Very popular. It is fully lumed with superluminova on the insert, on the hands, and on the indices. So this thing is going to glow very nicely. It is a double-domed, anti-reflective sapphire crystal. And it all comes on a very nice, very supple, very thick Italian leather band. Signed band. In this case, green, which I like that. It's a fantastic watch. It really is. I'm very impressed with the quality. It is an excellent price point. You're getting a very, very substantial watch for the money. Great packaging, as you can see. I can think of another micro brand that does the same thing. Excellent quality watch, great packaging, excellent price points. But I won't mention that name. If you know me for any length of time, you know which brand I'm talking about, but that's beside the point. It's a great watch. I'm going to be very, very sorry to ship it off to the next person in the tour. I would definitely consider adding this to my collection at some point. Maybe I'll get that chance when the tour is over. Who knows? Excellent watch. Really a good-looking piece, too. I mean, I can't find anything bad to say about it, except it isn't mine. Anyway, going to wrap it up at that point with my usual spiel. If you enjoyed my video, I'd ask that you please give me that thumbs up. Clicking the thumbs up button does help the channel. It makes my channel more searchable with the YouTube algorithms, and therefore gets my channel in front of more people's eyeballs, which helps. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I read them all. I respond to them all. However, if you're going to troll me, you're going to get nasty, or you're going to otherwise be a jerk, I'm just going to delete the comment, and I'm going to block you because, well, it's my channel. I can do that. If you're new to the channel, or you have been here a little while, you haven't already done so, please click the subscribe button down there in the lower right. Click the bell icon next to it so that when I upload new content, you will be alerted, and then you get to see more stuff. I thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I promise more will be coming. Have a good day.